Hi everyone, I'm doing an up-to-date video because I've added the multi-clamp system now to the CAD-CAM file for my work holdings. This is very similar to the existing work holding I make, but as the name suggests, it allows multiple clamps to be used. So it uses the exact same locator assembly, the exact same vise assembly, but these, instead of being located on the single fixture plate like this, they are located on what I call rails. And these rails can be moved around on this fixture plate, this subplate. They're held down using screws, that you can see in there. They're countersunk M3 screws, and they can screw into any one of these holes on the fixture plate. So it gives you an enormous amount of flexibility. It isn't quite as low profile as the existing vise, but it gives you flexibility. And as I've said, you can use the vices. You may already have the vise and locators on this new system. So really all you'd have to be doing is buy the rails, these bits. So you need to buy at least two, one for the locator and one for the vise. And then this fixture plate. So you don't need to buy all the components again. Obviously, if you already have my work holding, if I just hide this and make it bigger. If you already have this set up with one vise and one locator, maybe what you want to do is, if I just hide that, is buy another vise, another locator, but then you'll have to buy, which will give you two sets, and then you'll have to buy 4 of these rails. So one for both your for each of your locators, and one for each of your vise setups, and then of course one fixture plate. So it works in exactly the same way. Setting up, I'm not going to go over all that again. I'm just going to show you what I've changed in the CAD-CAM file. So you'll notice there's 2 new groups here. This first group is me adding all the components, and then this second group is me creating all the joints so that it behaves as you'd expect, which means that you, the user, find it very easy to set up. So all you'll need to do is change these 2 joints, which I've kept outside the group so you won't struggle to find them. So the first one is locating this rail on the fixture plate. So you can change this, put it wherever you want. So if I just go edit, so you can see it's lining up with that hole, lines up a hole on the underside. It's a bit hard to see. If I just hide the pocket and see here, and hide the fixture plate, so it lines up with that hole. I'll bring up the fixture plate again with any hole you want on here. So let's just, for example, let's not use that hole. Let's use this hole over here. And I'll turn it through 90. Minus 90. So you see you've now got a side clamp. So it's as easy as that. And then the other joint is for this locator rail. So you see everything moves with it. It's the same as before. You just have to alter these joints. Of course, you may want to use multiple clamps. So all you have to do there is copy and paste these vise assemblies. Sorry, vise assembly or locator assembly. So if you're doing 2 locators, 2 vices, you'll want to copy this one's the vise assembly and copy this one's the locator assembly. And I'll show you how to do that in a moment. I'll just first explain a little something. I had the fixture plate here in the other version separate. Obviously this new version has these rails, these components, and these rails are basically with the vise assembly and with the locator. So I've put these inside each vise assembly. So there's the rail, this rail screws are in there as well, and the support for each rail as well. So everything you need is in there. So what you do, it makes it as simple as possible, is just go copy, and then you want to select this because you're pasting inside the multi-clamp plate assembly. So, and you want to hit paste new, not paste, but paste new, because if you paste, it actually keeps an association with whatever you copied. So if you change the original, some of those changes can follow through into your new pasted component, which you don't want. Of course, you want this to be an entirely new assembly. So you paste new, and that removes all association. Give it a moment, and you'll see on the bottom of my screen everything has come through that relates to that. So what I would do is just create a group from this. So this is all the components, create group, and then these are all the joints that relate to it. If I hide, so there's the initial vise assembly, the original, so I'll hide that, and you'll notice this new one won't have that joint with the fixture plate there, which is good because then you can move it around. So I will just revert position for the moment, create a joint, and hide that so I can actually see what I'm doing. So get that, bring the fixture plate back up, and move it over here. What joint do I have? So I want a rigid joint. Position, I want it to be 0. Oh, no I don't, I want it to be 180. Okay, and then I will bring the original vise assembly, there you go, you've got your copy. So it's as simple as that. Do the same for the locator, and then you have your different assemblies, they all appear under this. You can see the first one, the second one, so it's easy. And that's it really. Any questions, obviously feel free to get in touch. And thank you for watching.